On KIX 96, KIX Cares for Kids, 7th Annual KIX Cares for Kids Radiothon. We're live from the Providence Sacred Heart Medical Center and Children's Hospital. We're right in the very lobby. You can't miss us. The Telecom phone bank. Become a miracle maker for just $10 a month. It just, give them the phone numbers.
232-KIDS-5437 or 866-511-5437. For just $10 a month, you can become a miracle maker, and we need 4 miracle makers for kids in rehab.
And let's explain that, because it's funny, how many times have I said the phone number, but when I can't see the chalkboard, I can't remember the phone number. What is it again?
It is 232-KIDS. That's 5437 KIDS, KIDS.
So we're filming these. The videos are being uploaded at KIX961.com. With us is Dan the dad. We have Zach, our hero, and Evan's on the floor getting sugared up. He's got a Coke and those Rice Krispie treats. So those, look at him, he's got shades on too. So Zach, put that mic up to your end. First off, we met a couple years ago. You are my hero, but tell everybody what happened. There was an accident. What happened?
Well, what I was doing was I was riding my scooter with a friend, and so I was riding it, and then I was just ran over twice, backward and frontward. The guy wasn't paying attention, and after that he just took me. The ambulance came and just took me straight to the hospital.
And let's talk about that guy. What was he driving? It wasn't a car, was it? What was it?
It was actually a dump truck.
I mean, people were talking a huge dump truck, What is it? They got 8-10 wheels in the back, and they carry tons of weight, and you got ran over twice, right?
Right, back and forth.
Yeah, so this has been a couple years, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, last time, do you remember the story when your dad got in the ambulance with you and you told him you'd see him in 100 years because you didn't think you were going to make it? Do you remember that?
I'm not sure if I probably said that, but maybe I did.
Okay, because a lot of things were going on.
Right. It's just really hard to remember because it happens all of a sudden. Ever since that, I just don't really remember what really happened.
But you remember getting in the ambulance and then they took you straight to the hospital, right?
Right.
Do you remember anything after that?
Well, I remember them waking me up, and then I kind of felt all really tied up and everything, and I was just asking for more blood because of how skinnied up I was, because it was something was sucking
Couldn't breathe. There's a lot of you were crushed.
Yeah.
Good Lord. So, and this was, you're 9, you're 11 now, right?
Right.
Just had a birthday in July. So, Dad is here, Dan, and Dan, that has to be the worst phone call you could ever get.
Well, actually, it wasn't a phone call. I was there and saw the entire thing. So.
Oh, well, I mean, take us there. What happened? I mean, you're a father, you're a nurturer, you're the protector, you're the blanket, you're the. How do you react? What do you do?
I don't think there's any way to react. Mostly shock and everything. It's just something you don't ever expect to see, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, well.
But you found him and you picked him up, and then you called 911, and they came and.
Yep. Yeah. Everybody came out, got him in an ambulance, took him to the hospital, and everybody did a great job from, the night of surgeries that we had to, the next day, and then everything the last 2.5 years, has worked out. He's sitting right here walking around talking to everybody, so
yeah,
couldn't ask for anything more.
We have a big toy box, and they were going through, we all try to bring treats in that. So Dan, from a parent's point of view, okay, how can you ever prepare for this? You can't. How were you greeted? What environment? How was the infrastructure that was in place to help your son? How did it work for you?
I guess I don't understand the question.
CMN, when they provided support.
This is what's going on with him. Did they take you through the process? Did they give you some relief? How did it work for you?
Oh, absolutely, and it's still going on today. They were there for Zach. There was games, there was entertainment, there was people talking to him, there was, always something for him to do. He was flat on his back for 6 weeks. We had to log roll him back and forth and couldn't get up, and they brought him Nintendo DS. They did anything they could just to keep him busy, keep him going, keep him as normal as he possibly could be. And, it was a huge help.
Why should people pick up the phone right now and call 232-KIDS? You've lived this now.
Well, they should pick up the phone because there's still a lot of kids, obviously, that, go through, things similar to like this every day, and other things that, they need help too to get through it. But it's a tough time, especially for a child.
So Zach, so you liked all those games and everything that helped you get through some of this stuff? And
Oh, it was just a dream come true. I mean, they just like provided me with all of this stuff that just took my mind off of the pain and the boringness that I couldn't walk around and play with my friends or.
so you couldn't even roll over. You're totally bored. You're really active. I know you are, like all young men are or young boys. So should they pick up the phone and call?
Oh, they should definitely pick up the phone and call 232-KIDS-5437.
You know you're my hero. You know that. And you've been on the earth once before this, haven't you? You know, you just are 40. I know you're 40. You keep telling me you're 11, but you're 40 years old. I know you are. So, your brother Evan, who's now he's got his shades off in that. 232-5437. Do you like? I mean, we've really kind of created a relationship, and I really appreciate you telling or helping people understand how important this is. You know.
Yeah.
So, do you have goals? I mean, you're starting to think about where you're going to go from here.
Well, I haven't really planned much, but
You know,
I don't really know. I mean,
you're
I'm
11.
Just...
I mean, for crying out loud, that was a stupid question. Are you tired of my stupid questions? Yeah, he's grinning, he's rolling his eyes going, oh, that's the old guy again. Ask me something right, huh? So what are the favorite things you like to do now?
Well, my favorite thing to do would be, like, with my friends, like, just playing basketball. That's just my favorite sport.
Cool.
And I just do it every day at school, and I just practice and...
Go over and over, and feels good to be able to come back and play basketball, I bet, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, and it's still one of the best.
This is all going online. You'll be able to see Zach, Dan, and we probably got a shot of Evan in there too. We have 4 kids in rehab right now. It's not only Children's Hospital, but we have St. Luke's and what have you. Right now we have 4 kids in rehab, and you're still going through some of this stuff too, aren't you, Zach?
Yeah, a little bit.
So what we would like is 4 miracle makers, one for each of the kids in rehab to continue to provide these things. 5437, I want to cough.
232-KIDS.
And anything else that you want to tell people why this is so important, Zach? Because you are a miracle. You know that? We talk about making miracles, but you are a walking miracle. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just think that just people should just donate, because without anybody donating, it would have been just like a pain in the hospital. Instead of being 6 weeks, it would have been 6 years to my mind. And just pick up the phone, call 232-KIDS-5437, and just please just try and help other kids that are just like me. It would just really would help me, and just take that weight off of my chest.
You're choking me up. You are something special. You know that. People, kids, make a miracle. If CMN wasn't here, they wouldn't have been ready for you, would they?
No.
No, you are remarkable. Dan, anything else you want to leave people with as a parent, or anyone you want to thank? Anything you want to say?
The list goes on and on. There's been a lot of people through this whole process that have been there for us, and it would take the rest of the day to name everything, but you guys know who you are, and thank you for everything you've done for our family, and please help other kids. There's more kids out there, so.
It's bigger than us, everybody. Touch your heart right now. Pick up a phone. 232-5437. Looking for 4 miracle makers. Now I know you're not going to give me 4, but I'm looking for the first one. Just one person to make the phone call. 232-KIDS. KIX Cares for Kids. We love you guys. Thanks for